Recently, to give myself some time while working on the next big video, I asked my community this question: what is your favorite furry game? And these are your responses. For our first comment, the Smoke Room. The characters, in addition to having great designs, have a lot of chemistry with each other. They are all interesting and you want to know more about them. In addition, you can get attached to their characters, not like the ones in Echo. I haven't gotten to playing the Smoke Room yet, but that is definitely something I want to play. I just need some time, because if I do it like right now, I'm going to get the worst case of brain rot you've ever seen. I'm a bit saddened to hear that the characters in the Smoke Room aren't insufferable little train wrecks like the ones in Echo. That was one of my favorite parts about that game. And now we have the second comment. I haven't played much furry games, but I would probably choose Knights College. It's just a nice slice of life college visual novel, minus the last chapter. All of the characters are lovable, except for Herman, and overall just an enjoyable game with the ending making me emotional. I bought Knights College very recently, specifically because I heard a lot of good things about it, and that was on sale. 25 bucks for a visual novel? Yeesh. It does appear to be oddly gameplay heavy in its own sort of way with that whole card system. I look forward to learning what that's all about when I stream the game, eventually. Also, what do you mean by the final chapter? And who's Herman? For our third comment, I know it's a little embarrassing to lose count this quickly, but hey, I'm not good at math. We have this one. Similar to Robo, I really love the character designs there, and the game is really great. The story is really nice too, haha. Similar to Robo is definitely one of those games that I need to play. I played Fuga and I'm really interested in the world at this point. I'm probably going to need to sail the open seas to get that one, if you catch my meaning. It's not like I have... hang on. What the fuck? $500? Oh god, and people say Shin Megami Tensei 1 needs a remake. Also, funny thing I noticed when looking at the Amazon page. The animation was done by Studio Madhouse. Not only did they do Death Note and Trigun like they say, but in recent times they did Frieren and Overlord. Huh, never would have guessed that. Our next comment is thankfully about a game that is less expensive. My favorites are tied between Astra and Minotaur Hotel. Astra was my first furry visual novel, so it has a place in my heart after I broke it. But Minotaur Hotel was an amazing read, and it has Best Boy Asterion. I have played Astra. I actually have footage of my first attempt going through the game, but keyword being attempt. I got like 2 hours into the game before I just couldn't get into it. Just something about Marco as a character just bored the hell out of me. Oh wait, slight correction, not Marco as a character, more like Marco's lack of character. As for Minotaur Hotel, that's a game I've been recommended quite frequently, and I do intend to get to it at some point, whether or not that's on stream or on my own time. After that is this comment. I really enjoyed playing Kuuri, A Colorful Tale. Finished it at the end of last year, and I'm still processing its story. Being a top-down puzzle game that emphasizes exploration by let you color in the world, players are allowed to go at their own pace. From splashes of color for puzzles, notes, to fully colored with art styles, extra details, and etc. Kuuri is a relaxing game where you can draw, solve puzzles, help NPCs, or progress the game. The story was relatable because of its themes of leaving an impact and how you think of yourself. I had tears at one point because one line sounded similar to being calling out by a loved one, something that can be argued with since you will agree with them. Kuuri is actually a game I've started playing for myself since it's on Game Pass. I do agree with you that the world is super cute and I absolutely love all the animal characters therein. And the paint mechanic is used surprisingly well for exploration and all that sort of stuff. The only problem is that you paint by holding down the mouse button, and that always fucks with my hand after a while. It just leaves it feeling sore for the entire rest of the day, so I can't play Kuuri all that much. And now we have the next comment. For my answer, it gotta be Dislight Hasamo, and the visual novel would be Tavern of Spear for its world building and horror aspect, plus the main character is cute and written really well the last time I played it. 3 bonus visual novel games to shout out will be Extracurricular Activities, Killigan's Treasure, and the recent Monster Hunter visual novel, Help! I got lost and found a village that's full of monsters! I'm a bit hesitant to call Dislight furry given its abundance of non-furry characters, but they do seem to be pandering to that side more and more as of late. You should know my thoughts on Asamo well enough. As for Tavern of Spear, that is definitely something I can't stream. This is my first time hearing about that Monster Hunter visual novel though. I'm not sure how much I like the look of the anthropied monsters, but I do love the look of the UI. Maybe a weird thing to note, but hey, it's what I'm focusing on. Something, next comment. Star Fox Adventures, the first I played at the start of my life. I know this almost certainly isn't the case, but that start of my life line keeps making me think of this baby just holding a GameCube controller. Personally, I've never played a Star Fox game, so I can't really comment about my opinion on the series. A Fox in Space is pretty good though. Keeping in theme with Star Fox, I guess, we have Star Fox Assault. It's an amazing sequel to Star Fox 64 with amazing graphics and good gameplay. The characters are likable, memorable, and lovable. It has the best soundtrack in the series, and it has a good variety of gameplay where some stages are shooter levels while others are on-foot combat levels. Both segments are very fun. The story and plot are pretty good as well. My only critique about this game is that it's too short. Besides that, it's one of the best Star Fox games and is my personal favorite from the series. I also really like Tail Concerto and Solo to Robo. I still gotta play the rest of the Little Tail Bronx series. I think this is my first time hearing about Star Fox Assault. I didn't know they made any other games past that weird dinosaur one. From what I've seen of it, it definitely does seem like one of those games of that era. One of those 3D games after the N64 era where people knew what they were doing but still didn't know what worked and what didn't, where they just kind of threw a bunch of stuff at the wall to see what sticks. It looks like Star Fox Assault really benefited from that in that what they tried was actually good. And for the penultimate comment, we have Sly Cooper. It has an interesting concept of a thief that only steals from other theirs. I'm going to assume you meant thieves. The fact that it has anthro characters is something no one questions. Sly Cooper is actually one of my childhood favorites. I own the original game on the PS2 and even have that Sly Cooper's trilogy collection on my PS Vita. Still working on getting Thieves in Time though. And the final comment, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, the greatest of all time. The greatest what? I don't know, but being inside Bowser? Wink wink nudge nudge. I'll drink to that. I know this video is a little short, but that's all the time we have for today. Next week, you should be getting a video about Gingitsune, assuming I don't go a bit overboard and end up pushing it back. Now let's end this video like we always do with our Patreon shoutouts. For our 3 stars, we have special thanks to 87 Werehog, Deku, Zorichao, Choron, Garen Lefay, Dranking Yara, Anonar C, Lightning Shadow, and Kayun. For 4 stars, we have Miki Moon and Miko, the Dragon Drive. For our Super D-Tuber special 5-star shoutouts, we have first Vanilla Flower, the Foxy Tune. Second, Poor Mage, the Deer Note. Then the Good Old Days, the Nitro Blaster. Followed by Hodari Lion, the Pinballer. Next, Sky King 64, the Carry Chariot. And finally, Mahagasaur, the Star Leone. Thank you for watching. Do be sure to like and subscribe. As always, I'm your host Fuuri, signing out.